know anyone who wants to feel more confident when they're speaking, whether giving a speech, a presentation, or in a sales context? I'm Barbara Loraine, and this is my puppet Kathy, who's going to help me today as a prop as I share ideas about how to speak with more confidence. I'll talk today about 3 areas: your mind, your body, and your spirit. First is your mind. You got to get your thinking on straight. You see, often we feel a lack of confidence. We feel nervous. We might feel scared out of our minds because we're afraid that we might make a mistake or lose our way or be criticized or be negatively judged when we're speaking. That can produce feelings of fear. However, if we shift our focus, get our thinking on straight, put the focus on our audience instead of on ourselves, we can feel much better. After all, if you think about it, what we want to do with our speaking is to share some value or entertainment or something of value to our audience, to our market. And so as we focus on sharing our gifts, we can take the focus off of ourselves and with that feel more confident. So the first is our mind, shifting our focus to the audience. Next is about our body. And the first thing I'll mention is that, with any kind of sound, there's air going over, vibrating something, some structure. In music, there are instruments and singing. In speaking, the instrument is our body. So that's what we'll talk about next. First, let's talk about the voice box, which is an important physical structure for our speaking. See these 2 lines here? In between that, here is your voice box. So take a few fingers and actually put them now on your voice box and say a few words, and you'll notice you can feel the vibration there, can't you? Because the air is going over the voice box. That's one of the physical structures. Next, we'll talk about other parts of your body where the air comes from, and that would be the lungs, the diaphragm, and the stomach. With the lungs, this is where we take the air in that's then going to go over the voice box. So let's talk about the lungs. And to show you how that works in your body, first, tuck in your tummy tight, 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 and then put your hand here on your chest and take a deep breath. Just in your chest in this area. And then exhale, and so you notice your chest expands and then contracts. Now take another breath there, and often when we're breathing from this area, we'll go, literally our shoulders will go up. That's a sure sign that we're breathing up here. Here's the problem. Here's what I want you to learn about breathing that way. What I'll do, go ahead, put your hand on your chest, tuck your tummy in, take a breath, and I'll speak breathing that way. And notice that my voice is different now. It sounds tense and anxious, and actually I'm already out of air. That's not how to feel confident when you're speaking, because you need the air is an important part, air that creates the vibration over your voice box. Most people, a lot of people will breathe from up here. That's called shallow breathing. Or even people who don't do it on a regular basis will do it sometimes, mostly when they're feeling nervous. And what that does then is you don't have your best voice, as you heard how mine was. You don't have enough breath to even speak an entire thought. That makes you feel uncomfortable. That makes your audience feel uncomfortable. And between the two of you feeling uncomfortable, confidence goes right out the window. Can you see that? Okay, now let's continue talking about your lungs and how they work. Now we're going to breathe in from this area. So put your fingers like right below where your bra strap would be if you had one on, and breathe from that area. Feel your chest expand, and as you exhale, how it goes down. That's another fuller way of breathing, but still not optimum. Now put your hand down on your tummy area, and I'll ask you to breathe in really big and then hold it for a second. Exhale, and notice, boy, there was a lot of air going in there. Now, people often think that what they're doing is breathing into their stomach. The fact is, air doesn't go into your stomach. Food goes into your stomach, and liquids go into your stomach, but not air. I mean, hey, think about it. If we could fill our stomach up with air, wouldn't that be a great diet plan? It's inaccurate to say that we're breathing into our stomach, but the point is, remember, up here, we're breathing with 8% of our lung capacity. As you breathe in more fully, the diaphragm actually moves lower to accommodate the expansion of the lungs. So again now, take a deep breath with your tummy area, and then I'll demonstrate how speaking can be different when you're breathing that way. Now that I've taken in a full breath, I can really project. I can speak loudly, with power, with passion, and confidence. And I was able to say all of that and more on that one breath. It sounds better, which makes the audience feel more comfortable, which makes me feel more confident. It just commands a better presence. It's just how to feel more comfortable and confident in terms of the way that you use your lungs and your breathing capacity. So Kathy has been a good prop at demonstrating these ideas. So now we've talked about the mind, your body, and so bye-bye, Kathy. We don't need you anymore. You know, Jill Lublin, the publicity expert, says use everything you got. So I wanted to use my puppet as a prop here. Next, we've talked about mind and body. Now we're going to talk about spirit. And I'll use this to demonstrate these ideas. So we already talked about how you want to put the focus on your audience and really serving them. So as you're breathing in those ideas, that can have an effect on your confidence, don't you think? As you're focusing on your audience, you'll take the time to do the work of having a truly valuable message and to make your message memorable so that not only will people have the information you share with them for right now, but they'll remember it and they might even share with a friend. So you breathe in those feelings of knowing, yeah, I'm doing everything that I can to deliver value with my audience. The other way that you show that you care about your audience is with practice. Now, I think if we were to poll all speakers, nobody really wants to do practice. I mean, that's not just with speakers, that's with sports, that's with everything. People don't really want to practice. However, it's what it takes in order to deliver a great presentation. How much should you practice? Well, some guidelines say you should speak your speech out loud 7 times. Here's how I like to think about it, though. Imagine a cake. You're baking a cake, and the recipe says to bake it for 30 minutes, and then you take it out of the oven, you stick in the toothpick, and it's not done yet. It needs more what? It needs to be baked more. To me, it's the same with your speaking. You practice your speech until it's ready to be of the best service to your audience. Makes sense, doesn't it? So you breathe in as you're doing that work. You breathe in. Wow, I feel great. I know what I'm going to say. I know I'm going to make a difference. And I'm not going to forget what I'm supposed to be saying or any of the rest of those fears because I'm doing my homework. Now, in addition to that, you're breathing in knowing that you do have a very positive intention of serving your audience. Just breathing that in. So from your mind, you're thinking, from your body, you're breathing, from your spirit, you're developing those good, positive feelings, caring for your audience. Hey, after all, if you don't show that you care about them, why should they care about listening to you? And then as you go to speak, you are sharing your gifts with them. You're sharing ideas or entertainment or whatever value it is that you have to give. You're giving your gifts to your audience from your spirit, from your heart. I've shared 3 ideas with you today about how to feel more confident when you're speaking, using your mind to shift the focus onto serving your audience, to use your body, specifically your breathing, so that the instrument that your body is can really deliver with power and passion. Using your spirit to share ideas that you intend to be of a benefit of some kind of value for the audience. And ladies and gentlemen, when you use these 3 tips, I guarantee you, you will feel more confident as a speaker. I'm Barbara Loraine. These have been tips to help you look great on film or to look great anywhere when you're speaking. And not just to look great, but also to feel great.